Hi, true crimers. How's everybody doing today? Well, I'm Tasha, and I sit down and talk about true crimes that have literally WTF'd me, and this is one of them. Very sad story. So, without further ado, let's get into it because there is a lot on this one. So, Candace Renee Diaz, she's from Western Kentucky. Didn't have a very good upbringing with her mother. She was left in the care of her alcoholic grandmother, and there was a house fire, and she sustained like really bad burns, and so she was given to the custody of her aunt, Cynthia. And so since then she had a good upbringing with Cynthia, and she met Kyle Barrett, and they welcomed a little girl named Gabby Barrett July 3rd of 2013, and their relationship ended in 2014. When Gabby was 18 months old, Candace had found a new man, Brad Edward Fields, in 2015. She met Brad and they settled down together in a mobile home in Belleville, Michigan. And Gabby was left with Cynthia for a while, which I wish she would have stayed, but while Candace was out with her man. But when Gabby turned 4, Cynthia was unable to enroll her in pre-K because she wasn't her legal guardian. So Gabby went to live with Brad and Candace. So in 2016, Candace called 911 after Brad supposedly punched her in the face, broke her phone, shot the family dog, and shot himself in the leg. When she was running for safety, Brad said, quote, "See if you could outrun these bullets," unquote. And I'm not sure if the dog survived or anything, but when police got there, they noted like the extreme uncleanliness conditions of the home. Like feces everywhere, flies everywhere, garbage just rotting, decaying food, stack of unclean dishes piled high, a pet rabbit living in a dirty cage, blood all over the floor. And a search of the trailer found a taser, prescription pills, a box containing drug paraphernalia, including scales, a bag with knives, and a .40 caliber Glock handgun with 2 magazines, a Smith & Wesson special, and 1 magazine for a 9mm handgun not found in home. So that one was lost. The guns were hidden in the heater floor gates in the bathroom and living room, one of which had its serial number scratched off and the other was unregistered. Brad was arrested and charged with domestic violence. However, 3 days later, Candace went down to the police station to drop the charges and claimed that he was schizophrenic. I can't ever say that word. He was crazy and not on his meds. Additionally, Candace went on to claim that the 2 firearms were hers, the unregistered one and the one with the serial number scratched off. So she was arrested. While being searched and booking, a blank prescription pad was found on her. And you would think that Brad would have other charges, like animal cruelty, firing, like illegal discharge of a firearm, right? Like, but no, he didn't. So Candace and Brad had a baby, Zoe. It was said that she was very loved and very well taken care of. Like, they loved that little girl. Up on a pedestal. Gabby, unfortunately, at 4 years old, no. Like, they didn't care for her at all. The same can be said for her. According to Cynthia, at 18 months, she was potty trained, and she was out of diapers at 18 months old. Well, apparently she kept having accidents at her mom's house, and that's what was getting her in trouble. But at school, the teacher was like, she wouldn't have these problems, you know? Like, she would go to the bathroom. And so bathroom accidents in kids can be a sign of like mistreatment at home, and it only gets worse if parents react in like violence and yelling. But Brad and Candace would repeatedly strike Gabby in the face and body, subject her to ice cold baths forcibly scratching her back with their nails, forcing her to ingest unprescribed Adderall despite her suffering from side effects to the medicine, shanking her with a fork, and that's Brad's words, I shanked her with a fork, forced her to wear a garbage bag, strip her of her pants and her bedding, and force her to sleep in the cold living room and keep her in soiled diapers. Brad and Candace would document their mistreatment to Gabby via Facebook Messenger, with Brad threatening to drown the little girl in her own bodily waste. They would also force her to eat her own bodily waste. Makes me mad. One, they found a video Brad sent to Candace of her daughter in a garbage bag. So they would make her wear a garbage bag. And all Candace responded to was, would you like anything from McDonald's? Like, if a man sent me a video of my daughter in a garbage bag, oh, honey, you better run, right? So New Year's Eve 2017, Brad and Candace shared a pic of holding Zoe, wishing everyone a Happy New Year's, but unfortunately Gabby was no part of that photo. Again, she was from another man, Kyle, so I don't know if that, and her dad was in prison, so unfortunately at this time. But January 1st, 2018, Gabby suffered for the final time at the hands of her own mother and boyfriend. The couple ran scalding hot water and placed Gabby in the tub, essentially boiling her skin off her body. When she became unresponsive, rather than calling 911, Candace called Cynthia, her adopted parent. At 10:05 a.m., Cynthia made the 30-minute drive to the couple's home, and where she attempted CPR. At 10:41, 911 was finally called. The couple drained the water prior to the police getting there. Cynthia claimed in court that she saw the red marks, but that was it. She didn't see no water or anything. Candace claimed that she ran her a bath. Oh, she claimed that Gabby loved bath waters and would stay in there for 2 hours. But she claimed she ran the bath for her, and she would sneak off to the bathroom to run baths, and the day prior to her death that she ran a scalding hot bath. And so this day, though, Candace claimed that she ran her a bath with lukewarm water and left her unattended to make pancakes. And then she claimed when she went back in there to check up on her, she was face down in the water. And when she pulled her out, she vomited, I guess. But there was no vomit found. There was no water found. The only thing was damp hair of Gabby's. And when police arrived, they claimed that no adults were performing CPR on the child. So very sad. If Gabby was like I said, if she was in the tub for 2 hours, she stated, then she would be pruny, right? So the police searched their home. They seized their phones, which messages were incriminating messages were discovered. Chunks of skin and hair later found to belong to Gabby in the bathtub drain, a garbage bag with bloody gauze, clumps of hair with blood on it, plastic gloves, an empty bottle of peroxide and ointment in the laundry room. Hair belonged to Gabby, gloves had Brad's DNA, no bedding in Gabby's bedroom. White powdery substance found. Gabby was transferred to a different hospital where she was pronounced dead from septic shock and battered child syndrome. Manner of death, homicide, so blunt force trauma, burns on body, asphyxiation injuries, presence of amphetamines and caffeine in her toxicology report. Her hair was matted, lice-ridden, contusions on scalp from hair being forcibly pulled from scalp. Her father, unfortunately, was released 2 days after she died, so he had no idea what she was going through. She had second-degree burns, covered her entire body, and her big toe totally melted off. Malnutrition, decay of teeth, body covered with lacerations. And Brad got first-degree felony homicide, second-degree homicide, first-degree CA, and torture. He was sentenced October 9, 2018, guilty on all. And the mom only got 30 to 60 years, and he got life without parole. sad story. Anyway.